All right. So I wanted to redo the video because someone made a great point that I shot the video with my iPhone, just letting you hear the sound of the speakers coming out when I did the knock presentation. So I just wanted you to hear, I'm going to use the same drums. I don't even remember what the BPM was, but I have the same drums. And I'm basically going to let you hear what they sound like with knock without having to hear it through the speaker. But I'll say this in advance, YouTube is going to compress the sound. It's going to sound different. You need to just get the plug in and try it. That's my best advice to you with this. Now, I've seen other videos where they do comparison tests. I could probably do a comparison test, but I don't have all the ones that are out there. But I can tell you from using ones on desktop that this one is probably the one of the best, if not the best, ones I've heard or seen. And no offense to Decap, because I got a lot of respect for him as a musician, as a producer, but I don't really know his music that well. I've heard some of his drums, and obviously I bought the drum kit that came with Knock, the plugin on desktop, and the drums sound amazing. So you don't have to be what they call a fan. Hold on one second. You don't have to be a fan. Come on. Okay. My dog decided to join me. So you don't have to be a fan of his or him as a person to enjoy this plugin. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna turn the plugin off. I'm gonna turn my voice off, and I'm gonna let you just hear this basic drum sequence. So one second while I turn. Now I don't know about y'all, but that sounds really good. And these are weak drums to me. I mean, not weak, but they're just basic acoustic drums. But when I put that knock on it, they just sound right. You know what I'm saying? They sound like they belong in a song. I mean, and there's something about it. So I'm not saying other apps can't possibly come close, but they're all missing one or two things. For instance, I'll show you this. I seen a guy use Barricade, okay? I'm not gonna say who it is. And he pulled out the clipper. Now the clipper will give you, there's a hard clipper. It will give you some, knock. But what it doesn't give you, and I'm talking over it, is that bass and that punch. All right. So then you say, all right, let's try something else. Why not? I think I have a few more that I could try. Let's see. FAC transient. Now, mind you, I use this one a lot more before I learned about knock. Okay. And my favorite setting was punch on drums. I've seen people use this one, but I'm just going to use punch on drums since we're playing it on a whole set of acoustic drums, right? Or not a whole set, but you know what I mean. All right, I'm going to shut up and then I'm going to play this. Now, some people equate loudness with better. That's not always the case. But I will say, I have found that you have way more control in knock than things like FAC transient. Now, FAC transient will take what you already have and it will, enhance it to some degree, but it ain't hitting like knock. I'm sorry. It's just not. And I like it. Let me see if I have anything else. Give me 1 second. Now, I've used this before. The Baby Audio IHNY. And it does have, where is it? Drums. It's got some settings that you can use. I was trying to see if it had one that just said punch on drums. There is some parallel stuff that you can use. Let's just try this. Let's see. We'll try this setting. See what it does. This is parallel compression. I mean, it helps it. But what you're not going to get is that sub button. And when you put that sub on by itself, you can literally create an 808 from just a basic kick. And if you look to the right here of this knob, you see the EA? You can set the key of the song and it'll play that in the key. So, hear that bass? It's just picking up the sub. So if you double tap sub, you can hear the. So when you say nah, he ain't lying. So it's not just raising the volume, it's actually enhancing the sound. Though the volume will come up, because when I take it off, if you look at the meter where it's hitting around 12, it's punching above it. But it's not like the volume is that much drastically louder. It's just enhancing what's there. Again, I don't have Drum Surgeon by Four Pockets, so I can't compare it and say truly it's better than this or not that. But I can say this: if you can get a app like Knock, which is on the iPhone, it's on the iPad, and it's on the desktop, you can go to any source that you're working with and make music and use that plugin and know how it works. And this is no offense to anyone that is choosing to use another plugin. No disrespect by any means, but some of these other plugins, some of them, not the Baby Audio, it's on desktop, and I think FR, I think FCA Transient is too now. But to be able to go from one to the other and still have the same workflow is huge. Now, if you're only on iPad, then it's still huge. So I'm just saying, if you gotta wait for it, maybe see if they do a special around Black Friday, whatever you gotta do. I think the plugin is definitely worth $30 in my opinion. But to each his own. But yeah, can you do it with other stuff? Sure, but I don't see the purpose of running my DSP up when I get everything I need in that one. 5 plugins, one cost, affordable, and yet it works on all platforms now for the most part, except for like Android or something. But Android and Linux. But other than that, yeah. And I'm not getting paid by him. He didn't even give me the thing for free. I paid for it myself. So I'm just saying this is something to think about. All right? I'm out.